Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? This is Mr. LG, and you are listening to The Drive Home with Matt Burton.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Drive Home with Matt Burton. And today, my best friends, Jolynn and Nikki.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Yes, Matt. We're glad to be here.
Also known, they're models. And recently started your own radio podcast as well.
We have a YouTube channel.
A YouTube channel, and you're doing a bunch of things. You're in hands and everything.
We're doing a show called Off the Cuff, and we're interviewing local talent in Raleigh, and we're having them live, and and I always have something up my sleeve to bring out in the middle of filming, and we don't stop. It's off the cuff, so we start recording, and
It's exactly what it says. Huh?
It's exactly what it says, and then there's One Hot Mess with Nikki Diamond and Jolynn Harrison.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
and we are one hot mess.
Yeah, it's understatement.
Yeah, add me to the mix. It's just beyond help. That's our show, Beyond Help.
Beyond Help.
Yeah, there you
Starring
go.
Matt Burton.
Yeah. So, Nikki, every time I come to see you guys up in Raleigh, I never get to drive. When I'm up there staying for a week or a weekend, you guys both drive.
Well, it's because you're company, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to drive our company.
Well, wait a
around.
minute. I saw him drive on the way over to the studio here today, and yeah, that's why you don't drive when. Raleigh's a big city.
Yeah.
Not like where you come from.
Charlotte, we're bigger than Raleigh.
I don't know. No, I've seen your driving.
Yeah. So, we're going to tell right here on the drive home, the worst driving behaviors are revealed. Survey finds that texting and tailgating are considered the worst behaviors behind the wheel. Tailgating, really? Behind the wheels? I don't know how you tailgate behind the wheels, but Expedia has released their third annual Road Rager report, a proper name for it, which reveals just what angers folks the most. The driver that infuriates people the most is the texter. I can't stand to get behind someone who texts. Mm-hmm. I absolutely can't stand that. However, and maybe that's why y'all are getting mad at me, because I was actually texting you.
You're not supposed to admit that you do that.
Well, everybody knows I do it.
You're representing the great state of North Carolina,
Yeah.
the great town of the city of Charlotte, so they're going to come knocking on your door going,
Mr. Burton, we need you outside.
That was Bubba. He popped in.
Bubba. Oh, Bubba. It says 22% of folks are actually bothered by people who text and drive. The next one is called the tailgater. I don't know how you tailgate.
Well, that's me. I'm from Jersey. I can do anything. I have a license to let me do anything I want down here.
Now, I don't like anybody tailgating me. No.
Like tailgating as like riding your butt. What
That's
you call
right.
riding your butt.
Yes, that's what tailgating
That's
is.
probably what some of our listeners are probably doing right now. They're riding somebody's butt. They're tailgating. You know, these days, folks are doing all kinds of things behind the wheel. I see people driving doing makeup. Now, Nikki, you're a makeup representative as well, so
Yes.
I'm sure you're against doing makeup.
I don't do it in my car if I'm driving.
Well, let me tell you something about how Nikki drives. Nikki drives with both hands on the wheel.
You got
and
it.
does not move
Like a
her
little
eyes off of that front windshield.
I remember when we went, that is right.
Mm-hmm.
When we went, she's got this phenomenal car. I mean, what kind of car do you have again?
It was a Dodge Charger.
Yeah, that thing is like, you've got, okay, I'm just going to paint a picture here. You've got this beautiful woman here, this gorgeous car. And then I get in the car with her. Yeah, we're going to like drive fast. She puts on her specs, and it's 10 and 2, and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cautious. I've seen too much stuff.
I'm cautious, too.
She's cautious. When I drive, she's nauseous.
That's right. I'm sitting over there. I'm like the side seat driver. I'm like, watch it. You better watch that
You're doing
one.
80.
Yeah.
Slow down. She did that on the way in. You're doing 80.
You were doing 84.
I told you. I got the
Hey,
special
Bubba,
license.
Bubba's going to come knock on your door, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss
better watch
Jolynn.
it.
Miss Jolynn, come on.
We need you downtown.
Oh, that's some bass. All about that bass. So the other infuriating drivers are the... I can't talk.
You know what bothers me the most about drivers is they sucking down that Bojangles biscuit sponge thing with an egg and cheese on it.
Hey, now.
while they're cruising down the road there. Just
Hey,
like
I
kinda-
love some Bojangles, don't we, Nikki?
I do.
Hey, let
That's
me-
my favorite.
Yeah, except for Nikki now. Nikki is probably going to be a mad driver today because she hasn't had her white mocha latte yet.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
she's
not
over here
gonna be driving,
nicking
so.
over a latte. But the other one is called a left lane hog, and I am famous for that. My ex-wife used to fuss at me because I would get over in the fast lane and then drive slower than the right lane.
Yeah, that
Of
you
the
don't,
passing
you don't,
lane. I
you
drive
don't do
on
that.
Next one is called the crawler. We all know them, the little church ladies going to church, have nowhere to be. The multitasker, tending to children, texting, drinking a latte, and doing everything else. Next one is the swerver, 8%. The speeder, Jolene.
Why are you
The
looking
speeder.
at me?
Because that
swerve?
is exactly what
Look,
you do.
I'll show you my license. You know, when,
It
when
doesn't have no special permits on it, I can tell you that.
it said New Jersey on it for a while there, and they go, "Oh, you drove in New Jersey. Oh, you should get an award.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want down here."
That's in Jersey, not here.
The next one is the drifter and the honker. Nothing like the honker.
Yeah, that is irritating.
Beep, beep, beep. We probably got infuriated listeners right now.
Driving back to Jersey from North Carolina, it's all nice and country down here, and then as soon as you cross over the Delaware Memorial Bridge, you get you hit a pothole and somebody blows the horn at you and flips you to bird, and it's nice to be home once in a while, you know. You forget how it is.
Well, anyway, give us 1 second. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Drive Home with Matt Burton.